All right. So I know that we went through a lot of information. So we just went through the entire business trust. And I know that we have questions. So right now, what I'm going to do is I am going to open up the floor for any questions. So we just went through the business trust. We broke down every single paragraph of the trust. And so now, if you guys have any questions regarding any of the information that I went over today, I'm going to ask you to raise your hand, or you can put your questions in the chat if you have any. Let me see here. All right. I see some questions. Let me see. Okay, Gavin, how are you, Gavin? Short, so.
Hello, hello.
Hey, Gavin, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Excellent. In the section where you list the um, assets or the property or whatnot,
Mhm.
uh, how would you handle listing cryptocurrency? Would you put like the wallet address there, or
So, is it with a brokerage or is it off of an exchange?
it's in a private wallet?
Okay. So what I would do is I would like identify the wallet. So if you want to put like the name, some people put like Ledger wallet or something like that. So whatever identification that you have for the wallet. So if you want to put the address of the wallet, the name of the wallet, you can, and then I would label the assets that are inside of the wallet. So whatever cryptocurrency you have and the value of that cryptocurrency.
Okay. And then if it is on an exchange, you just list the account information for the exchange?
Yeah, so you would put the name of the brokerage, and if you have an account number with them, you put the account number, and then you'll put the cryptocurrency and the value.
Okay, that makes sense. Uh, so I've been looking into the different ways of utilizing the trusts and things, and I've come across some information about how some trusts get sort of broken by mishandling, essentially. And one of the things that came up is that um, like the trustee cannot be the beneficiary as well, for example. And that so if you have the family trust listed as the beneficiary of this trust, but you are the trustee of both of them, um, I'm currently understand that that's uh okay, but I was just wondering if there's any way that that could possibly be reinterpreted, because I know they're private documents, so that they're like, I don't know how much it would be able to be sort of extrapolated from that. Like if you had a dispute with, say, the business trust, and you had to bring some of the documents, say the I forgot the title of the document, but the proof document that's at the end, if you
Yeah,
had to bring that into the public in order to prove that, say, you're in, empowered to act on behalf of the trust or something, and they say, okay, what's this beneficiary? And then that document gets brought out into the public because you're proving that that's the entity that is the beneficiary. And then on that document, it shows you're the trustee of that trust as well. Would would that ever become like a problem at all? Would it need to
so
be?
so Gavin, you have to understand that you are not the trust.
Yeah.
The trust is not you. Just because the trust is the beneficiary doesn't mean that you are the beneficiary. You are an individual. You are a natural person. The trust is its own entity and individual. So one is that if there's any type of issues, right? Let's just say, it's any legal issues or anything like that, right? And the trust is pierced, and they find out that the beneficiary of the trust is another trust. They can't pierce the other trust because the other trust is not associated with that with that legal lawsuit, right? They can't pierce through that trust. But what you're saying is that you want to avoid self-dealing to where it's representing that you are the trustee and the beneficiary. So the beneficiary is another trust. It's not you. You're just the trustee of that other trust, right? You're not the beneficiary of that other trust. So there, to me, there's no way that it would appear that way, or that they could accuse you of being the beneficiary, because you're not.
Okay. So if, by example, if you put yourself as the beneficiary of a different trust, that was the beneficiary, then that could potentially be problematic. But as long as you maintain the position of trustee, you are always just an agent that is operating on the behalf of your entity.
Correct. Yeah. And so if you were to put yourself as the beneficiary of the other trust, you just want, in order to be safe, in order to avoid self-dealing, you want to have other beneficiaries on there. You never want to just be the trustee and the beneficiary.
Okay, so as long as there's multiple beneficiaries, then you avoid any sort of notion of self-dealing.
Correct.
And as long as you're the trustee on all accounts, that is also a non-issue.
Correct.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
You're
That's
welcome.
that's all for now.
Okay, awesome. All right, let's see here. We have uh let's see here. Would you advise getting a registered agent? So I mean, you can. So the registered agent is the agent that receives correspondence for the trust. So usually that is the secretary in the board of trustees. So you can appoint a secretary, and then they will pretty much serve as what is considered equivalent to the registered agent. So the only time that you really need a registered agent is if you are going to have like a public profile on the Secretary of State. Um, Something like that. With our ministry trust, we do label the registered agent. And so usually that's the trustee or the secretary. So you can put any of those people in that section. And that is the reason why we put that position is because we are listing that section as um, the articles of organization. So that's why. Um, the next question is, do you advise a particular company to take care of these responsible positions? So no, I don't have a recommendation for a company that you can use. Um, the best thing for you to do is for you to Google what company offers those services, and then for you to, do your due diligence and go through reviews and interview those companies so that you could find the best company that offer those services. The next one is number 29. Can an institution or company request to see proof of funds if the trust is attempting to lease or purchase? If so, how is this best done? That's a really good question. So the best way to show proof of funds when the trust is trying to get a lease or a purchase is through bank statements. as well as tax returns. So those are the two ways that I know of, and that's primarily like if you want to, if you want to get like a credit card, sometimes they'll ask you, or mortgage or something like that. So those are the two best things, especially for this type of trust, right? The business trust. So you want to show bank statements that will prove the monthly income that's coming into the business trust. So Deborah is asking for the trust documents. Let's see here. Okay, so they're gonna send it to her. All right, any other questions? So I know that we are 30 minutes behind. I do apologize, guys. I just try to be as thorough as possible. So if there's no other questions, then what we'll do is we'll wrap it up. So I do have homework for you guys. The homework is that we do have the Facebook group. So if you guys could get on the Facebook group and post and introduce yourself, let everyone know who you are. So we do have some new people in the community, and the community is growing. So far we have, the community is like over 400. But only like maybe 280, 290 are actually in the Facebook group. But if you can go ahead and post inside of the Facebook group and introduce yourself, that would be amazing. And just let everybody know why you decided to become a trustee. That's what we want to know, right? Why did you decide to become a trustee? So Dana is our program director. You do see her inside of the chat. So she did post the link to our Facebook community. So go ahead and request access, because it is a private community, and go ahead and post, right? We do want to get to know you, and we want you to become, familiar with our community, because we are constantly posting in there, okay? And then the last question is, is there a privacy disclosure letter for employees? No, we don't have that yet with the resources. So that's something that you are going to have to come up with for your business organization. So with that being said, tomorrow you are going to receive an email from Aya with the resources that you need for tomorrow's workshop. Tomorrow we are going to be going through the private family trust. Okay, so you're going to receive those resources, as well as the Zoom link and any additional resources. Okay. And the recording is going to be available probably in like the next hour. So as soon as it's done uploading from Zoom, we're going to upload it into the online portal. So everyone here should have received login information. You go ahead and log in, and you should see two sections in your portal. One is the course with all the resources. The other section is the recordings for the workshop. So this recording is going to be available probably in the next hour or so that you're able to rewatch the information and retain the information. With that being said, we will see you tomorrow here on Zoom. It's going to be 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So sorry that we went over 40 minutes. I did want to provide as much information as possible. So I will see you tomorrow here on Zoom. So everybody have a beautiful day, and don't forget to get into the Facebook group and do your homework. So bye for now, and I'll see you guys tomorrow at the same time. Bye, everybody.